Snyder Muzik.
I'm gonna talk my shit.
Trackaholic beats.
So now it's time to go to junior high school. I'm gonna sum this story up because I know y'all don't want to hear me babble all day. Went to junior high school, went to this school called MS2. It was a gifted and talented school for kids that were gifted. We really didn't apply our gifts at that school. We just did a bunch of bad shit, or whatever case may be. I was involved with dancing there, but we used to battle all the time, rap battle. At the time, I wasn't the nicest guy in the world, you know what I mean? Trey Dog, my homeboy Trey Dog, he was the nicest dude with freestyling. So he used to battle everybody that came through. My homeboy Darren, he was more focused on the drawing skills. Like he used to draw these crazy cartoon characters with blood gushing everywhere. It was so crazy, but we was all talented in some type of way. So I always cherish those times, you know what I mean, in junior high school. Big up shouts to Ruben, that's another good friend of mine, best friend. He was in the school too, he's badass. He did a lot of crazy shit in there, man, you know what I mean, AKA Trini. Make sure you holler at him for any apartments in New York City. He's the guy to go to right now. I will put the link in the description to his webpage so you can get your new apartment in Brooklyn, New York, Queens, Manhattan, Bronx. Doesn't matter, yo, this guy can get you a nice apartment. For real, for real. That was weird. I got a new album that's already out called Catch Up. Catch Up is an album, it's my first album that I actually produced myself. I made all the beats, I wrote everything. I just felt like I had to get away from being with a label that's controlling your music. I'm really proud of that project. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, I'm still proud of it because it's something that I produce. And I really encourage artists out there to create your own, find your own lane. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna work hard for you like you would do, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really proud of that. Make sure you go ahead and download it. You can Google it, it's called Catch Up. One of the singles called Catch Up is doing pretty good in Australia. And they actually did a painting for me in Australia, one of the artists in Australia. Thank you so much, thank you so much. She was so inspired by the music that I create. She actually took a photo that I took of myself and painted that same photo, you know what I mean? So that was really lit right there. That was just awesome. Who inspired me to create music? It was one guy that I would never forget. His name is Tremel, and they used to call him Tech. And his abbreviation to Tech was Tremel Entertains Crowds. He came out with a song called Another Page from the Book. I was introduced to him by my aunt. My aunt was in the music business. She actually used to manage SWV, years ago. She used to manage them. She's a songwriter, producer. Yeah, she's real good friends with them. So she seen that I was into music, like I was a rapper. She's the one that put me on to what copyrights are. And she just basically showed me the business, you know what I mean? Thank you, Auntie. And she introduced me to Chamel, and I was so excited to meet him. We went to his apartment. He was writing some new joints, and I came in there and I was giving him some lines and stuff like that. He was like, yo, shorty, yo, you pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? So, and then that's when I think Mortal Kombat was out, and I really was so, I love video games at the time, man. I'm a little shorty, man, so I used to love video games, man. So we played Mortal Kombat and everything. Everything was cool, man. I remember he had a bump bag with him and his brother. It was a good time. So that was actually the last time I seen Chamel. And Chamel was murdered on Christmas Eve in New York, helping his brother out. Some guy stole his chain, and some guys was trying to rob him and his brother in a Chinese food restaurant up the street, right around the corner from his house. He snatched the chain, ran with it, but it was his brother's own. He snatched the chain, he ran with it, and somebody shot him in the back, you know what I mean? And his brother was there to see the whole thing, so. But I wish I could find that song. His single was Another Page from the Book. He was on Apollo. I remember seeing him on Apollo after he died, and I was just looking at Apollo like, wow, bro, I met you. Like, you know what I mean? He was a positive brother, was graduating high school, A honor roll student. He was doing everything that he was supposed to do in life. Everything, man. That's just crazy. But he was one of my influences. like Rambo. Cruising through Orlando. Cap it at 10-4. This for my kinfolk.